and welcome to episode 2 of Cooking with Gaz. And I'm Gaz, and I'll be cooking. Today's going to be a meatball curry, but it could be any curry. But it's today's meatball curry, so I just get a normal pack of any half decent meatballs. And let's get cooking with Gaz. Okay, so here's a frying pan, a little bit of oil, and I've just got my meatballs. I'm just going to stick them in the pan. Get a little mask for now. And just jiggle the balls about and just brown them off. I don't want to cook them fully, just going to take them so they're not pink and they're just kind of slightly browned up, all the way around-ish. Probably take about 4 or 5 minutes to do this bit. While we're waiting for that, I'll just remind you how to chop an onion. So we're going to get an onion, and as you haven't, I can't do this one-handed, so I'm going to do it in bits. I've chopped both the ends off, so we're just left with that. I'm going to put it flat side down, and I'm going to cut it in half, like that. Now I'm just going to take the outside layer off, so we're left with just the onion, like that, and I'm just going to put them both flat side down. Now I'm just going to cut them in little cuts going across that way, like that, and then I'm going to turn it around that way and do the same again going across that way. So we've got some diced onion, and I'm going to do the same with the other half. Okay, so now you can see the meatballs are kind of starting to get brown, and some brown, some pink bits. That's okay. This is not the bit that cooks them. This is just to kind of just start them off. I'm now going to add my onion to these. Like so, and I'm going to stir all that up, and I'm just going to keep on cooking that and soften the onion. I forgot to do what you need. So you need the meatballs, you need an onion, a couple of tins of green lentils, a tin of chickpeas, your Tesco hot curry powder, a bit of salt, a little bit of sugar, and tomato sauce. And that's pretty much all you need for this. Okay, so now my onions have softened. It's been about 3 or 4 minutes, and so I've got about I bought the pack of meatballs that are 24 meatballs. So 24 meatballs like this. I'm going to use about 1.5 teaspoons to 2 teaspoons of the hot curry powder. Okay, sprinkle it all over like that. I'm going to stir it all up. Now it starts to smell like a curry. Now it starts to smell fantastic, and everyone else is going, "Ooh, what are you cooking for tea tonight, Bill?" Okay, top tip: draining the lentils. Just open them slightly. Just pulled it. I haven't pulled it open, so it's just a little gap like that. And then I'm just going to drain it off. Okay. And then pour the lentils in. Repeat with the other can. Okay, so just stirred the lentils in. Now I've got my tomato sauce. Yes, even the Indians use a lot of tomato sauce. The alternative is tomato puree and sugar, but tomato sauce does the 2 in 1. So with this, I'm just going to kind of, we do about that much. I am going to add some salt. I'm probably going to add about a generous quarter of a teaspoon of salt. And I might add more at the end when I taste it. A little tiny bit. And some sugar. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of sugar. And then I'm going to stir it all up and let it simmer. Almost forgot, just drained the chickpeas. I'm going to add the chickpeas in as well. Actually, thinking about it, simmering away. Now this, a bit like chili, the longer you leave this the better. It's going to need at least, I'd say, 15-20 minutes for those meatballs to cook through properly. But the longer the better. But if you simmer it for a long time in a frying pan like this, which is great for cooking everything in, it's just going to evaporate. High surface area is going to evaporate too quickly, and it'll go too dry and probably stick to the bottom. So I'm going to add this now, and that's a bit more washing up. We're going to add this now to a deeper sort of casserole pan or larger saucepan, and with a lid on it, and just let it bubble away. Okay, there you go. There we are, and it's going to have a lid on it, and I'm just going to turn the heat down now to low and just let it simmer and gently bubble for about at least 20 minutes. Ideally, say the longer you leave it, the better the curry gets. Then you need to taste it to make sure it's got enough salt. If you see if it needs anything more, so you can even add some more curry powder last minute, or chili powder if you want it a bit hotter than it is. And let's see how that goes. So this is what simmering kind of looks like. And now and again, every sort of 5 or 10 minutes, I'll give it a little stir. So this is what simmering kind of looks like. And now and again, every sort of 5 or 10 minutes, I'll give it a little stir. Now you could use any meat with this. It doesn't have to be meatballs. You could chop up a few sausages and do the same thing as you would with meatballs. Just fry them off. Add the onion, add the curry powder, and then add lentils and chickpeas. You could do it with the chicken. Exactly the same thing. You could do it without any meat at all, of course. I would just fry the onion, add the curry powder once the onion's all nice and softened, then add your lentils and chickpeas and all the rest of the bits and pieces in the same order, and then you just got basically that's your basic lentil curry. So yeah, I just thought I'd add that in case you wanted to use something else other than meatballs. Optional, I forgot to add the sultanas. If you want to, at pretty much any stage, you can add sultanas.